Welcome to today's episode. Today we will talk about transitioning into a new version of you and how that is actually quite difficult for your body, for your ego, okay, for your whole being to transform. This is not just about, okay, I'm choosing to, I don't know, meet new people and that's it. Sometimes decisions are made like that, right? You make a decision and you can just do it. But oftentimes we actually do need some support to feel ready to do it, to feel safe, to feel grounded enough to actually walk that path ahead too, right? If we are not really prepared to go and walk into a new version of us, then we may fall back or we may even hurt ourselves. And I think that's really well to mention that that doesn't need to be. Like, you don't need to go all the time the hard way, you know. I feel like, why are we not learning to go the soft way too? What do I mean by the soft way? Well, being so open, being so real and so honest to when I need a pause, when I can go forward, when I can develop myself more, and when can I not, right? Being so real. I think that's the conversation for today. So if we are meeting the first time, hello, we dive right into explore your possibilities, right? If you enjoy this, then give it a thumbs up, make a comment. I do read them when I see them in the first couple of days. And so get in touch, do something to make you feel sane and heard. And this is a great way to actually do that with the community, with other people who may feel similar. Okay, with that said, let's start. So transitioning into a new position or into a new version of you is nothing really new. I believe many of us have gone through that. If you're maybe more like me, so maybe now you need to remember, how do you transition into a new job, a new relationship, I don't know, a new apartment, a new house, meeting new people, right? Making room for something else. How do you transition into those pieces in your life? How do you do that? And how do you combine them into your world? Maybe you're really doing this super unconsciously, right? Well, you just do it, right? That was my approach. You just do it. What's the problem? What's the matter? Why do you need to go so gentle about it, right? It just needs to be done. Like, hello? That used to be my approach. And I really realized that's not how I want to live anymore, actually years ago. And I decided, okay, I need a more softer approach that is more body, mind, and soul oriented, so I can actually have all of it. I can actually be my whole self and not just part of me, and then I'm a little over here and a little over here, and at one point I'm just going to blow up because I get super pissed at people, and that's not really what I want, right? And you're going to ask yourself, what do you want? Like, how do you want to transition into a new life? How do you want to transition into a new version of you, right? And I find this very, very crucial to remember to also go soft. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean like, I'm so tired, like I cannot do anything. Not the whiny thing, okay? Soft means also strong. Soft means I'm gentle with myself. I know my boundaries. I know where I can create, where I can open up. I know where to go. But I also feel very safe within me. Softness has nothing to do with weakness, actually. And it's really weird why we combine the two, because it has zero to do with it. It's zero. Being emotional and using your emotion wisely to understand your body, oof, that's like you made it. That's like you have really made it. You have mastered it, okay? If you want to do life and you understand how your emotions relate to your body and how you can maneuver through that with like a sailing boat, you're amazing. You're doing awesome, okay? Everyone who doesn't understand what it means to sail the boat while there is a storm inside of you and you cannot just leave the storm, okay? Doesn't get life, in my view. You need to understand, as long as you have these emotions inside of you, and actually this counts for men too, eh? Don't sneak out, I know you have them. Gotta work with them, not against them. Letting them in and being so clear, so real. Okay, where do I stand? Okay, I may have the goal over here to move to another country, to move to another city, maybe just down the road, right? How can I go there so that my system is actually not totally crashing down? And I don't mean by you're just such a pussy, like what's the matter, like you could just go and you could just start a new position and just move there, whatever. Well, what if your body was so sensitive to all those changes throughout those years that you have just bossed around and you were just like, okay, we are gonna move, like you deal with it, body, like, whatever. And then when you got sick, you got really pissed, right? When you were overwhelmed, you got really pissed. It's like, why am I overwhelmed? Like, what the hell? Well, because it is a change. And change is difficult for our body. It's difficult for our ego, for our identity. The ego is great, but sometimes a little bit in our way when it comes down to, okay, I'm going to make a change that is really impacting my life. Maybe not even, right? But that part of you who was actually involved in those circumstances has to die. And if we are talking about death, it really needs to die. And see, those parts of you don't want to die. They are fighting against it. They don't want to go there because that means they are not existing anymore, right? You just have to be a little open here and understand, okay, maybe there is more to this than I thought. Maybe my body's showing me some signals and giving me some signs on what's going really on, and I have never really noticed them. For me, for example, I have to really prepare myself and be really in contact with my body. What do I need if I make a move? Do I need more time to rest? Do I need more time to talk? Do I need more time to talk with my coach, right? Be with friends, or be with the partner. What do I need, right? What is it that my body needs to feel safe so I can move forward? Don't just punish yourself and just move forward without you having the safety within. The safety within can be created by energy work, by somatic work, by coaching, by breath work, all kinds of meditations, yoga maybe, I don't know, Pilates maybe. You gotta try it out for yourself, what works, right? And if you don't know how you can do it, you can actually join our group program. It's opening very, very soon, where we have a container available that holds only 3 people in one group, and we have only 4 groups. So that means 12 people can only join this group. This group course, which calls Awakening Sessions. And it's about getting more in tune with your body and with your energy field to move forward towards where you want to go, okay? Not to always look backwards, but to understand, where is it that I truly, truly want to go? Do I have do I have things in my life that I need to clean up? Well, with what am I going to replace them? Right? With what am I replacing it? It's crucial for every single one of us to understand their way of transitioning into a new life. So I ask you, what can you do to be so seen and safe in your body before you transition into a new period of your life? Is there something that you can do? My camera seems to not want what I want. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So that's the first question, right? And you ask yourself this question. What you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to breathe into your heart and you're going to ask the question. So do it with me. What does my body need to do this transition smoothly so I feel well, I feel safe? What do I need to move forward in a safe manner? You can actually add anything that is important to you. What do I need? Funny enough, for me, it's oftentimes not doing much. It's about sitting there in awareness of this isn't easy. Sitting there, going slow, which is actually much faster than most of us think. It's way faster than many of us actually feel like we are really doing, right? The doing is not so much faster anymore than just the being, because while I prepare my being, I just step out and it's there. But if I'm not prepared with my being, I may actually step outside and not get anything and need a lot of turnarounds. I don't want that. I want to go straight forward, straight to where I want to go, having the people involved that I need, right? Having the things, the circumstances rolling up for me and making it possible, right? It's about being and then doing. And you start actually with raising that question of what your body needs, and then you start outwardly, okay, this is what I need. Maybe there is someone who can help me with this. Don't ever think that you are alone on this world. You are not. There's plenty of people whose goal it is to actually support you in however manner. So if you feel you're the only wolf outside, you're wrong. There are many wolves out there, and many of them actually have the capacity to support you. And that's not a supporting, oh, poor you. It's a awesome idea. Let me be in the boat. Like, I want to be in the boat. I want to join the boat. Like, I want to sail with you. And it's like, why would I say no to that? Right? Why would I say no? So allow that in. And you know what? Here is a key element I learned. The key element goes like, if I'm believing that I know where to go, right? I made the decision. And if you're like me, once I made a decision, actually, this is a couple of years ago, once I made a decision, I would just go for it. right? There is no moving back anymore. It would be just like that, right? There is nothing like this anymore. Like, I would just really go straight forward to that. And I wouldn't really rethink if this is really smart. Why is it not working? So I wouldn't really rethink that maybe my goal is outdated. I would actually be like, well, you made the decision, now you pay for it, right? You did wrong. So I would punish myself. And obviously, this is quite a harsh way to do. But maybe you work the same way, the old way, right? The way where you punish yourself if you change your direction, if you make another decision, because maybe all of a sudden you realize, okay, that's actually not what I really want to do. That's not where I want to see myself. That's not how I see myself in 5 years. I want to do something different. And because of the whole change I made internally, I can see why I chose this previously, but now this is not the right choice for me anymore, you see? And then you can actually be more precise in where you want to go now. And don't punish yourself if you make a change in your direction. If you make a change in your direction and you just start to see, actually, I don't like this anymore. Actually, I don't want to be in relationship. I don't want to have this marriage. I don't want that. Because I changed so much that I feel like we need the complete change here. And what you offer me is not what I need. And I don't have what you need either. Like, we are not getting along, really. You know, we are just existing. So that's a sad point to reach. And when you reach that, I don't mean poor you thing, but I understand that this is super, super heavy. If you start to recognize that all you've worked for, your dream, right, is actually not your dream anymore. That sucks. That really, really sucks. And then you're like, well, if I stop this, I have to start all over again. And what do I tell the people around me? And what do I do here and here? Stop that completely. Start to listen first with your being, with your body. What do I need? What do I need to do here? You have this inner compass, and this inner compass is guiding you towards your truth, and you have to always walk your truth. It may actually feel very crappy for people around you. And don't forget, this is not about, or don't miss this, it's not about discipline, okay? I'm not talking about never finishing anything and, going around the tail whatsoever. Discipline is quite important because finding your way isn't always flower power. And you also really have to get to know that. It's not always awesome. And sometimes it feels like shit. But you know what? You still know that you want that shit because it feels aligned with who you are, right? I was actually going to say something else, but I forgot meanwhile. So it's crucial for everyone to step into their power. And if there is a change, if there is a massive change, first listen to your own body. What is the message? What do I need to know here? What is it that I need to see? Because I haven't seen it before, right? What do I need to see? Okay. With that said, one more time, if you enjoyed this conversation, you might be someone who would love the group coaching. Okay. If you want to come, have a look on the website. We are almost ready to launch this. With that said, there are only 12 spots available. So if you want to come, you might be better sooner than later, but there will be always slots opening up because there are 12, 6 months, and 9 months available for these sessions. So we have a mixture in the group all the time, which is kind of cool. It's kind of nice. And yeah, I hope to see you there. If not, leave me a comment, say hi, let me know how this video has made you feel, you about yourself when you do a change, okay? When you transition, how do you actually do transitions? How do you make a change? What did you used to do and realize maybe after this video? Let me know. And with that said, I leave you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for being here, for being you, for being real. Yeah. Stay open here every single day a bit more, and you will see how fast this changes your life.